Hi, good afternoon. My name's Roland Eva, and today I'd like to talk to you about why James Bond is such a terrible hero. Now, you might be thinking, one, that's crazy. Two, who cares? So, if you're thinking who cares, let me explain. So, why should you care about if James Bond is a good or a bad hero? Why should you care about stories? Because inspirational personal stories make it easier for you to attract your ideal customer, earn their trust, and make them feel good about buying. In other words, inspirational personal stories make it easier for you to grow your dream business at the speed of your ambition. Yeah? With an inspirational personal story, you walk on easy streets towards your dream business, a business that gives you the income and lifestyle that you want. So, what makes a great story? Yeah, if you need an inspirational personal story, a story that I can guarantee is already inside of you, just waiting to be released. But what makes a great story? Well, two words: change and emotion. So, stories explain why change happens. So if nothing changes, then there is no story. So to tell an inspirational personal story, you must share the events that are seen and unseen. So what are the events that are seen? So the events that are seen are the challenges and setbacks that you endured on your journey to success. Yeah? The events that are unseen are the tears that you shed along your journey. So we're talking tears of anger, frustration, fear, terror when you didn't get the result that you hoped. And of course, we're talking about tears of joy when you did get the result that was beyond your wildest imagination, because we've all had that, yeah? The super event that we're just like, wow, this is what made it all worth it, yeah? So that's what makes an inspirational personal story, yeah? We all want to feel successful. Hey, we all want and deserve more respect, yeah? And the journey that is seen is what you have to go through to get the success that is just outside our grasp, the success that we want, yeah? So why is James Bond a terrible hero, yeah? Because stories are about change, and inspirational personal stories, or just inspirational stories generally, are about changes in the hero, yeah? So this could be as simple as a shy nerd summons up the courage to speak to the girl of his dreams, and he finds love. That is an inspirational story. That's a story that I would love to read or watch. That's a story that I would love to tell, in fact. So, did you see the events that were seen and unseen? So let's back up a little bit. What are the events that are seen? The events that are seen are shy kid summons up the courage to speak to the girl of his dreams. Okay, yeah? Now, what are the events that are... So, before you think, so what, who cares? Yeah, because if you're a confident person, this is a who cares moment. But we're not talking about any girl here. We're talking about the girl of his dreams, the person that makes him the most terrified in the entire world, the one person that can crush his soul. Why? Because he cares about the outcome so badly. So if this person turns around to him and says, who are you? Why are you talking to him? That is really, really going to hurt. That is just going to crush his confidence. And if he's a shy nerd, he doesn't have a lot of confidence to begin with. So those are the events that are seen. What are the events that are unseen? The fact that he manages to stamp on his fears. Yeah, that's what makes this story so inspiring. So what makes it interesting? All of the challenges that he went along the way to stamping on his fears, to actually speaking to that girl. That's what makes this interesting. So why does it make it inspiring if you're then going to teach someone how to do this? Because someone else realizes that this is a skill that can be learned, that you don't have to be confident to be able to speak to girls. In fact, anybody can talk to a girl, yeah? It doesn't matter who it is, anybody can do it. And if you don't need to memorize pickup lines or anything ridiculous like that. You just need to have an honest conversation, yeah? And, the fact that it can be learned, the fact that the shyest person in the world can actually do this, can actually speak to the person who, means the most to them, and then they can go on to start a meaningful relationship. Hey, that is a story worth telling. That's a story that somebody can use to grow their business. So if a shy nerd that can barely say his name in a crowd, or in a crowded room, is a great hero, why is James Bond such a terrible hero? So James Bond is a great character, but a terrible hero. In fact, I don't think he's a hero at all. So James Bond is a great character because he satisfies the 16-year-old desire in us, yeah? The 16-year-old that wants the flashy cars, the flashy girls, and, the thrill of saving the world. Now, of course, we want all those challenges, but not in the sense of we might actually die, yeah? We want to go through all those challenges like Achilles. We want to know that, no mortal man can harm us except on our heel. Yeah, we want to know that we are immortal, and we're just going through a few challenges, a few bumps on the way before we save the world, and then we're going to roar off into the sunset with the most beautiful girl we've ever seen. That's what we want. Yeah. So who doesn't want to arrive at a Monte Carlo casino in an Aston Martin and then bet £1 million with somebody else's money? Yeah, that would be a cool thing to do. Yeah, so that's why James Bond is a great character. But why isn't he a great hero? Because remember, stories are about change. Stories are about showing change in the hero. Well, James Bond doesn't change. He doesn't care about the outcome. Hey, today he's chasing one bad guy. Tomorrow he's going to be chasing another bad guy. And he hasn't chosen to chase the bad guy. No, he's told, you need to go and do this. In other words, he's just a corporate slave with some cool gadgets. And corporate slaves don't make great heroes. Yeah? When there is no change in the hero, there is no story. There is no hero, in fact. It's just a character. So, heroes are people who achieve a personal victory. In other words, a change in themselves on a personal level. And it doesn't matter how insignificant that victory might be to anybody else. So let's just return to the shy nerd that summons up the courage to speak to the girl of his dreams, and he finds love. That's a great story. There is a hero, and there is change in that story. Yeah? So what do I think is one of the greatest movie heroes of all time? I think it's Rocky Balboa. Yeah. Now, if you've just rolled your eyes, you're thinking, oh man, here we go. Let me explain. Yeah. Why do I think Rocky is one of the greatest movie heroes? Because by any external measure of success, he was a failure. Because he got this opportunity to fight the heavyweight champion of the world, and he lost. So he failed, right? Well, no, he didn't fail because he had a personal transformation. So, what's the moment when he's staring over the precipice? When he stares into the dark void, what does he see? Well, I'm actually going to read from you part of the script, and you'll see what he sees. So, Rocky, I can't do it. Adrian, what? I can't beat him. Apollo? Yeah. I've been out there walking and thinking. I mean, who am I kidding? I ain't even in this guy's league. What are we gonna do? I don't know. You work so hard. Yeah, it don't matter. Because I was a nobody before. Don't say that. Oh, come on, Adrian. It's true. I was nobody. But that don't matter either, Because I was thinking, it doesn't really matter if I lose this fight. It doesn't matter if this guy opens my head either. Because all I want to do is go the distance. Nobody's gone the distance with Creed. And if I can go the distance, you see, and that bell rings and I'm still standing, I'm going to know for the first time in my life, see, that I weren't just another bum from the neighborhood. So that's what he wants. That's his personal victory. So when he does go the distance, he's won. That's his victory. He's finally found the hero in himself. He's finally proved to himself that he's not just another bum from the neighborhood. Yeah, it doesn't matter what the rest of the world sees. It doesn't matter if he doesn't suddenly have fame and fortune. What he's got is something more important, and that's personal pride, that feeling of success within himself. That's what makes him a great hero. So, what makes this movie so inspiring? It contains the American dream and the American nightmare. It asks the question, what happened? So, what's the American dream? The American dream is if you work hard enough at something, you can get what you want. What's the American nightmare? What happens if you try and fail? So, Rocky Balboa, the movie Rocky, it doesn't sugarcoat the fact that to get what you want requires lots of hard work. It doesn't sugarcoat the fact that even if you work really hard, you might still fail. But what it does do is show that if you start that journey, it will change you as a person. If you start that journey, you will grow, you will win simply by starting the journey. So, Phil Knight, the founder of Nike, in his book Shoe Dog, he says this repeatedly. He says, the cowards never started, the weak died along the way. That leaves us. And I think that's such a great quote because, the cowards never started. So win or lose is irrelevant. It's the fact that you even started the journey that makes you remarkable. The fact that you didn't quit when it got hard makes you remarkable. Yeah? So the fact that you're still here makes you remarkable. The fact that you're still there makes, you've got a story that's waiting to be told. You've got a story that is going to inspire other people. Now, is it going to inspire millions of people like the movie Rocky did? Hey, I don't know. You need to get it out there to as many people as possible. But the point is you don't need to sugarcoat your story. You don't need to lie in your story. Yeah, the movie Rocky Balboa was nominated for 10 Oscars. It won 3. It was the highest grossing movie of 1976. Yeah, it won 3 Oscars, including Best Picture. Why did it win that? Because it's a slice of life. It didn't sugarcoat the fact that, hey, life is hard, and if you want to achieve your goals, you need to work really hard, and you still might fail. It told an inspirational personal story. So, what do heroes and inspirational personal stories mean for you and your business? Well, like I said, if you want to walk on easy street towards a business that gives you the income and lifestyle that you want, then you need to tell personal stories. Why? Because that will let you attract your, with an inspirational personal story, it makes it so much easier to attract your ideal customer. Why? Because it reveals your values, and we all want to work with people to share our values. So number 1, it makes it easier for you to attract your ideal customer. Number 2, it makes it easier for you to earn their trust. Why? Because you aren't sugarcoating the struggles that you went through. Yeah? If you share with your audience the tears that you shed along your journey, that is going to earn trust. And number 3, it makes it easier to make them feel good about buying. Why? Because we all want the shortcut to get a result. Now, yeah, there is no shortcut for hard work, but guess what? There is a shortcut for chaotic learning. Yeah, it took me 7 years to discover how marketing could make money on demand without a sales team. It didn't need to take that long. If I knew exactly what steps to follow, it would have taken less time. So that's the point. You also learn something in a chaotic fashion. And you can shortcut somebody else's learning curve by saying, hey, look, I'm going to take all of this experience, and I'm going to remove all of the false starts. I'm going to remove all the dead ends that I walked down. I'm going to remove, all of the tears that you shed out of anger and frustration. And then I'm going to put it into a simple system that you can follow so that you can get consistent results. So what am I trying to say? If you want to grow your business faster, you need to tell inspirational personal stories. If you want to create a competitive advantage that nobody else can steal, you need to tell inspirational personal stories. Now, If you're thinking, Roland, that's great, but you haven't told me how to tell an inspirational personal story, then what I can tell you is that there is a simple 5-step system to tell an inspirational personal story. It's a system that I've created that takes the hero's journey, created by Joseph Campbell, and it simplifies it so that you can tell your inspirational personal story in anything as short as an elevator pitch and as long as, you know, a TED talk. So if you want that system, then head over to my blog, which is rolandeva.co.uk/blog, and I think it's called the 5-step system to tell an inspirational personal story. So you go on there, find that, and that outlines what the 5 steps are and how to use them. Alternatively, you can grab the ebook that is on my website, and in there, again, it outlines that system and shows you how to use it. So that's all that I have for today. Oh, one final thing is, if you've gone through both of those things and you still would like some help, then please drop me an email at roland.eva, it's roland.eva@rolandeva.co.uk, and tell me what you're struggling with, and I would love to help you. So that's all for today, really. You know, I'd love to help you. Have a great day, and I would love to read your inspirational personal stories. If this has been useful, then please share it with your friends, and also leave a comment below to let me know how this has helped you. So until next time, carpe diem.